Hello and welcome to The Takeaway with Tyra. Thank you for joining me today. Now, so that you don't miss out on any of my updates, please be sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel. I also like hearing from you, so go ahead and like and comment. My guests are always exciting and have great things to share with us. What I do on this show is I have one guest and I ask them one question. Then they get the floor. So here we go. Hello and welcome to The Takeaway with me, Tyra, and another great session with another amazing founder. I'd like to welcome Ron Hulbert. Welcome, Ron.
Thank you. Thank you for asking me to be here. It's great to be here.
Oh, I'm so glad you had the time. You know, I know our lifestyle is so busy and it's always exciting to meet new people. And I've watched you for a bit. You're doing some webinars, open webinars, and it's always exciting to watch the ONPASSIVE community and how they are expanding and reaching out to people everywhere. Like, wow. So I want to just say, if you haven't heard of ONPASSIVE before, maybe you've heard of it, and you're kind of like, I'm not sure about this thing here. I'd like to have you visit, once we're done, the onpassive.com website. And there you're going to find it packed full with information about our products that we're putting out, information about our CEO and our locations. We've just opened up a few more. So we are truly a global AI tech company. So without further ado, I've got some interesting questions here for Ron, because Ron is a retired police officer. And at this time, he is also an investigator. So when I saw that, Ron, I'm thinking, oh my gosh, this guy must have dug into ONPASSIVE and it investigated every angle, every, ifs, ands, and buts, checking the I's, dotting the I's, crossing the T's. So Ron, give us your story. Like, how in the world did you come from being a police officer, an investigator? Now here you are in ONPASSIVE and you're going full throttle on this. So take it away, Ron.
Thank you, Tyra. I became a police officer in 1990. I was a deputy sheriff with the Orange County Sheriff's Office here in Orlando, Florida. And I spent about 13 and a half years there. And then I took a break and I started a repo agency and a towing agency, and I had that for a while. And meanwhile, during that, I was also a police officer with another small town for about a year, I guess. And then our towing company got so big that my wife needed me back there, so I left the force again, went back to that, and then in 2012, I went to a little small town called Belle Isle, Florida, which is it's part of Orlando, which is very wealthy. So it was a great job. I was a sergeant down there. And then I retired completely in 2016, and mostly for health reasons. I had to get out of it, and it was a sad day. Still miss it to an extent, but I don't know if I'd want to put up with what's going on in the world right now. So I got out of that and started drawing my Social Security in retirement from that, about 18 and a half years. And then I decided, well, I can become a private investigator and I don't have to go through everything because I'm grandfathered in because of my law enforcement background and certificate. So I became a private investigator. I have an agency, but it's basically myself and the guy that was my partner at the sheriff's office, and he fills in when I need him. But it did assist me in making the decision on passive, I can tell you that. A lady that I'm sponsored in another company, who was my sponsor, shared ONPASSIVE with me. And I told her, well, I don't know. I'm kind of up to here in these kind of programs, you know. I got into networking in 1981.
Okay.
So it's about 41 years. So I told her, I said, I'm probably not going to really do anything, but out of respect for you, you're my friend, I'll look at it. So I started researching it. I did a little bit of background on Ash McFarah, through public websites, nothing law enforcement websites,
Right.
but through different websites that I found information on him. And I watched a couple of his videos. And then I started watching videos from Mike Ellis and Michael Williams.
Okay.
And when they're talking about Ash McFarah. And then I found Marty DeGarmo.
Okay.
And listening to him. And a funny story real quick is I was taking my grandchildren, all of them, to the dentist for teeth cleaning. And I had wrote a letter to Ash telling him that what I have done, I've become a founder because reading you when you speak and listening to you, and with the passion that you have for people instead of yourself, I was very impressed. And I believe that he is a very truthful, honest individual with a lot of integrity.
Indeed.
The man's got a heart of big as Texas and a smile to match it. And so anyways, we were at the dentist, and I was listening to the corporate webinar.
Okay.
And Ash was speaking, and Ash says, oh, by the way, I got a letter from a gentleman. His name is Ron Hulbert. He's the founder. I'd like him to come on and tell me what that letter said. It meant a lot to me. Of course, I'm on my Android phone, and I can't get my picture on there, and I can't get my voice to talk, and they're calling my name, and they're talking about it. They're calling my name, and I am just stressing. Okay.
Oh.
So finally, I called Ash, and I said, look, just put me on speakerphone. Okay. He said, hey, that's a good idea. So we did, I told everybody what the letter said and everything, and how I got to that decision of making the ONPASSIVE move. And it was really funny. And my kids, or my grandkids, shut up, I'm talking to Ash McFarah, so
I feel you guys.
yeah, I just spoke him on the phone that time, and I also had called him prior to that and left a message, and I said, this guy's a big shot. I'll never hear from him. And sure enough, the phone rang, and it was Ash McFarah, and he said, hey, what's up? Basically, we had a few minute conversation. So just speaking with him personally,
right,
and not on a webinar, was just amazing. And you really got the feeling from him speaking, the passion that he has for this business, right, and the passion for helping the 97% and make it to the top in other companies. Right. So he's an amazing individual. I got into ONPASSIVE basically from the research and the videos that I watched. I encourage anybody that is looking at this opportunity, this business, to do your due diligence. Okay. Research Ash McFarah. There's negative stuff out there on him. Okay. And there's a lot of positive stuff out there on him. And I have learned in my different works that if you're getting negative comments on an open forum like Facebook or whatever, okay, or YouTube, that's because they're jealous. They're jealous. Okay, they have tried it and they have failed, probably many, many times. And here now you got a guy that has created a multi-billion company in 3 years. a multi-billion-dollar company, with 1,048,000 founders, unheard of, in the history of business that I know.
Right.
So people become jealous, and of course they're going to attack you. So I believe the truth, and I take the negativity and throw it in the garbage can, because I had negativity all through my career.
Mm,
Nobody invited me over for coffee. Okay.
right.
They called 911 and I responded because they had some kind of an issue or a tragedy.
Right. Yes.
Okay. I saw a lot of death, unfortunately, from all ages, from infants up. And it's hard to compartmentalize that and move on. Okay.
Right. Yeah.
But the individuals in law enforcement are special people. I don't care what people say. It takes a calling. It's like a nurse or a
Yeah.
doctor. It's a calling. It's something you feel from your heart that you need to do. So that's basically how I got into ONPASSIVE, Tyra. Sorry, I went on and on.
Oh, wow. I so appreciate what you said, because I'm I'm more the kind of person that I'm not a real deep thinker. I'm not analytic. I'm more artsy and let's go and let's have fun. And, so when I meet people like yourself, I so appreciate the way you think, and how you go into things, and you're able to kind of step back and be very analytic and look at this. And we need all kinds of people like that, because this is such a huge company already, and it hasn't even launched to the public yet. And to have people from every walk of life that you can imagine, from we've heard stories of a gal selling flowers on the street in I can't even remember the country already, and to make enough money to buy her position with ONPASSIVE, to people like yourself, to doctors, to waitresses, like everything. So you really, that's part of why I like this show, is because I get to hear your heart and how you think, and it really affects people when they get to hear that. It's like the testimonies that people give. I mean, you can't, what's the word I'm thinking of, you can't say no, that's wrong, because that's your testimony, that's what happened with you. So that's amazing. Now you touched about Ashmu Farah, our CEO, the brain creation of this amazing company, and you talked about his passion. Now that is something I'm hearing time and time again from founders, that's some of the very first things they notice about him. And I know myself, like I said, I had this offer and I saw it was AI and I saw it was online, and I signed up. I didn't even have a clue what the heck it was, But boy, I tell you, when I got on a webinar and Ashmu Farah was there, I was weeping, because he truly has a heart for people. So thank you for sharing that. I mean, man, it's not often we come upon people he's a wealthy gentleman in his own right. He doesn't need any of this. And yet to be so down to earth and so caring about people, it's really quite something, isn't it?
Yes, it is, because you'll find in networking, the CEOs of these different networking companies are not genuine people. Okay, they are in it for the money. Okay, and if you're not recruiting, you're nothing to them.
I've tasted that.
I can attest to that. And that's the bad thing about them, those kind of companies. You have to recruit. You recruit 10, they get their second auto shipment, they drop out. So you have to recruit another 10 or another 20, And the development of this program by Ash McFarland, you don't have to recruit, you know, you don't have to sell anything. And it's hard to get people to listen to you when you say, hey man, it's all done for you. You don't have to do anything. You know, you can sit back and drink a beer and watch a football game if you want, because you're going to be making money when you do it, or as you're doing. You know, if you want to be active, share it with your friends and your family. You know, if they say no, that's great. You know, move on. I just tell people, don't try to understand it today.
Right.
Get in it today and learn tomorrow. Okay, because this business, anybody can do it. Anybody can do it, and that's the way it was designed. So I think we're very blessed and fortunate to have ONPASSIVE in our lives.
Well, you know, you really hit the nail on the head, because I have even had some come to me that said, you know, I think I'm interested in this. It sounds really interesting, but I barely even know how to make my own email. And I'm like, well, come on in, baby, because this is the business for you.
Tell them who you are and what you want, and they'll do it.
Yeah, you know, that's the beauty of it. When, you know, I too have worked online, and you have to have so much in order, you know, and I've heard those stories before. Come on in, it's all set up, it's all done for you. And I think that's
so
what
easy.
scares people, because we're sharing that with ONPASSIVE, and they're like, yeah, I've heard that before. But it's coming in and actually seeing what there is, because when I worked online, I had to pay GoDaddy. I had to deal with emails and leads. I knew nothing about advertising. I started at like $20 a day advertising. Well, add that up, folks. And I didn't always hit my targeted traffic. So I'd get, you know, 10, 50, 30, 80 leads a day, whatever was happening. And maybe 1% of those were even people to contact. Like, right. So it's a really big deal, the business plan that Ash Mufareh has set forth. Do you want to expand anything on that?
You can't buy a lead that hasn't been shared to many, many people. Okay. You know, you buy 100 leads, and they've shared those 100 leads with thousands and thousands of people. So I don't believe there's any such thing as a fresh lead. A fresh lead is you standing in line in a grocery store and hearing somebody talk about how bad their job is and how much they don't make any money. And you can say, excuse me, but I have a program that can solve that for you. Of course, I have a 6-foot rule. Okay, you get within 6 foot of me, you're going to hear about it. Okay.
I love it.
And, you know, you have to get you have to have the mentality that people are going to tell me no. Okay. But no means yes. Because all you got to do is trickle on these people. You know, every couple of weeks, send them another video, send them a splash page from Bill Bust or something, you know, and even if they don't become a founder, when they see you succeed and your financial growth that you're going to have with ONPASSIVE, they're going to become a reseller. You know, I truly believe that they're going to become a reseller because they can still make money. Of course, they lost out on all the benefits of being a founder, but it's still becoming a reseller, and ONPASSIVE is helping someone grow. So I was going to buy some leads here a couple weeks ago, and I talked to Michael Williams, and he explained to me pretty, you know, up front, basically, you're crazy. You know, the leads are very hard to work, and they have been shared many, many, many times with everybody. So ONPASSIVE is going to advertise for you.
Right.
You don't have to buy leads.
That's a big,
you know, they're going to build your website. They're going to host your website. They're going to market your website. They're going to send targeted traffic to your website. And then we're going to be advertising on internet, radios, billboards, television, so they're doing it all for us for 97 bucks. Come on, folks, give me a break. I do a lot of posts, if I can put you into a multi-billion-dollar company for under 400 bucks.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. 97 bucks for your registration. Okay. Secure your position. And then anywhere from $200 to $300. Hopefully it's around $250. Okay. That's 350 bucks for a multi-billion-dollar company that does everything for you. My goodness, people, open your eyes. And if you don't see it, you need to take your pulse because you might have a problem.
Well, it makes you want to just walk by people and just grab their arms and say, come on, let me, you want to just share it because, when you start to realize what we have, there's, I don't know if you've ever heard this, there's this story in the Bible about this big war and the people all died. And these two poor beggars happened upon this camp. And there was wealth and food and everything. And they were just packing it in and getting ready to take all this. And then one said to the other one, but jeepers, that's probably pretty greedy of us. Why don't we go back and tell all our friends? And I think of that often because it's like you come upon this company that is just packed full of benefits and wealth that it's going to bring people. And you want to just run back and say, come on, you guys.
You go into the corporate world, you have a CEO. Okay, then you might have a president also, and then you have two vice presidents, okay, and then you have managers, okay, and then you have assistant managers, and then you have your employees. We'll put that on paper. What does that look like? Looks like a pyramid. I'm sorry, but the world was designed on a pyramid.
Everything
is a pyramid. With a sheriff's office, okay? For example, you got a sheriff, you've got a undersheriff, then you've got a couple of chief deputies, okay? And then you've got several captains, and you got several lieutenants, and then you got several sergeants, and then you got several corporals, and you have several deputy first class. It is a pyramid. Okay, so you're not going to get out of it just because you think it's a pyramid. Okay, you need to look at the world.
Right. Yeah. Well, that is so bang on because I know myself when I started, and as I said, I'm trying to advertise, and I'm starting at 20. Well, you're looking at, you couldn't even start advertising for $300 a month. You have to be looking at starting at maybe $600.
Right.
And I've heard of other bigger companies starting at $10,000 a month. So you brought this up. I mean, under $400.
That's right.
You're going to get everything.
Everything.
And
everything there is to come. Okay. Not only the products right now, but upon development, you'll get all those and not have to pay anything extra.
Right.
So, you want to talk to somebody about price in advertising, talk to Marty DeGarmo.
Right. Yes.
Okay. And he'll tell you the money that he spent. Mike Ellis and Dan Street, I call them the three amigos.
Yeah.
They have spent probably thousands of dollars advertising, and now they don't have to do that in ONPASSIVE.
Yeah, it really is something, folks, if you're at that place, all that Ron has said here, I always say, okay, let's before we close, look back at our takeaway, and Ron has given us lots to consider. And for that amount, it is amazing, because why wouldn't you come in, have a look around, and most likely your mind is going to be blown. But if you say, you know what, nah, this isn't for me, you even get your money back. Like no foul, no harm. It's done. Bye. See you later. We wish you the best. But oh my goodness, when you come in and you see what you're being offered, you know, we've done some of those comparisons. Okay, you know, what if Google had given you a founding position, or Amazon,
Right.
or, you know, we've done all of those, and those founders are millionaires. Now, I want you to consider, folks, that's one product.
Right.
ONPASSIVE has 50 plus, and as Ron said, we're kind of just getting started. We have our fingers in a lot of pies, things that are going to get developed. And as a founder, your legacy is just going to grow. And this is willable. So, you know, if you've
Hey,
got
Mark, can I
family
call you back?
members, that sort. Oh, Ron's probably got somebody calling him already saying, sign me up. Well, Ron, you know, just in closing, is there anything else you'd like to add here? Because this has been just wonderful.
The only thing I want to add is the same thing I said before, Tyra. Just get in today, learn and understand it tomorrow. Okay, because it is a massive company. We're in 212 plus countries globally. So you're not only a founder, you're a global leader.
Right.
Okay, and we're licensed and authenticated, or whatever you want to see, in every country.
Right.
Okay, so we're ready to go. He's just putting that establishment in Singapore.
Right.
Okay,
Yes.
so we have Orlando as our corporate office. He's about 15 miles from me. And then we have Hyderabad, where we house 1,000 techs and engineers. Okay, in a 7-story building, I guess it is.
Yes.
And now we're going into Singapore. What? And it's, you don't see an end with him. You know, he's got one of these yellow tablets. You know, these paper tablets.
Right.
Just filled pages and pages and pages of, oh, founder this, oh, founder that. Now, I haven't seen it, but I've heard it, and Dr. Bill Williams has seen it, and I know Marty has seen it, you know, but and I have no reason to, you know, disbelieve them for what they're saying, because we're all in it to win it. And I tell people now, when I heard that saying that Ash is saying now, we'll see you at the top, you know, and you'll need earplugs. I tell everybody, we'll see you at the top, bring your own earplugs. Okay. Instead of a party with bring your own bottle, we're going to the top.
Oh man,
okay?
Yeah.
So you're going to need earplugs because your ears are going to pop. So I just encourage everybody to take it seriously, look at it, do your due diligence. You will find that this is a genuine, real company with brick and mortar facilities and people, real people.
Right.
So I don't know what else I can tell them. You know, we can talk to them till they're blue in the face. So I just pray and hope that this is shared with everybody in the world and they get into it.
Right.
We can never have too many founders.
No.
But get ready now. Remember, it's going to cut off. Founder positions are leaving very, very shortly.
Indeed.
Okay. And you won't have this opportunity. So don't procrastinate. Get in it today.
Yes. Well, there you have it, folks. Reach out to Ron or myself. We would love to help you out and get you those private invitations to have you come on in and check it out. It's so worth it. And as we said, it's $97 USA to secure a position as a founding member. Unheard of, like seriously unheard of for that price. Then upon launching to the public, we will be looking at anything from 300 or less to have a subscription monthly, but you're going to pay that one time out of pocket also, because after that, the company is going to go to work for you. build your business, build your wallet, have it grow like a bank account, and you'll be able to have what you need to pay month after month, and you'll still have those
Never out of your pocket
extras.
again. Isn't that super? Never out of your pocket again. Who does that? ONPASSIVE does that, folks.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. Perfect. Hey, just
tell
perfect.
you.
Yeah.
Tell
Well,
you.
thank you so much, Ron. This has been really enlightening. I so appreciate your time and the wealth of
No,
knowledge you've shared with us. It was great.
I really appreciate you inviting me to have me on your show. I watch it a lot. Okay, I
Thank
watch
you.
your tapings. So of the different people that you've interviewed, and I was excited when you invited me. I don't know if you know Comfort.
Yes. I've been on her
Comfort.
show and she's been on my show.
Yeah, she just asked me to be on her show. So
Awesome.
I'm excited.
Yes,
Excited.
yes. It's getting the word out. It's getting
Yes,
the word
ma'am.
out.
Yes, ma'am.
So thank you everyone for joining us today on The Takeaway. Please stay tuned because I have more guests lined up in the weeks to come. And as I said, reach out to Ron or myself. We would love to help you out and make sure you have a position secured with ONPASSIVE. Ron, thank you. And everyone, thank you very much for joining me today. Have a super day.
God bless everybody.